Thank you, Mr. Bernardine. I love your leadership and your willingness to be here, to be just forever stalwart in supporting the Engage family, our micro daily friends and family. We're going to hear some incredible testimonials today, and I just thank you and Errol and all of those others that have just made this possible. And we're giving Jonathan a little bit of a break today. He's here every Sunday. In fact, what's amazing to me is it's just not we're missing Jonathan today. We're missing Dr. Prasad, and both of those individuals are typically here for this testimonial call that we're going to do. But because we're going to hear testimonies of others, we're going to understand the lives and passion from some people. I'd just like to put the disclaimer up here on the screen as we start. This is being recorded, it is being live streamed to YouTube, and so we need to protect ourselves from a legal standpoint. And also give credit to where credit is due. So thank you everybody for being here, for investing your time with us. This will go very quickly, the time that we have to be here together. And I'm going to share some insights today. I just feel I don't want to say yeah, you know what? Let's just use the word. I feel inspired to share with you relationships and journeys of people that are here. But first of all, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. So if you will just follow along with me, these statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or a consultation with your primary healthcare provider. So as we move those words out of the way, it is just my honor, my privilege to be here. It's an incredible time in the history of the world. It's an incredible time in the seasonal changes that are going on right now. I'm coming to you from Wyoming, and to see just how quickly the weather has turned cold. On Tuesday, we're expecting quite a snowstorm here, and actually a temperature swing from 30 to 38. That's going to be the entire degrees changes that we have on Tuesday. So we've been using this weekend to get ready for the snow, to make sure everything is put away, that's in its place, that we have the heaters turned on, that we have the pipes wrapped, that we have everything taken care of as we go into this next season. I see the leaves falling off the trees, just how beautiful it is. As you look across the Bighorn River, to see just those seasonal changes. It's just been an incredible time of year. And I found myself today in particular just being so grateful, just overwhelmed to the point of being emotional about how fortunate we are to have the knowledge, the understanding, the education that Dr. Kedar Prasad has provided for us. And so without Dr. Prasad being here today, so many of us just kind of show up on a call and we expect Dr. Prasad to be there. But I want to just kind of delve into a little bit of Dr. Prasad, his psyche, what drives him, what motivates him. Today, as we speak, he is in his native land in India with his younger sister. He addressed several of the universities while he is there. Imagine going back to your home country, going back to some of those colleges and universities that that you hail from, and knowing that those people that were there when you were there, there's not many of them left. In fact, Dr. Prasad was talking about his graduating class, and where I believe there's only one other person in his entire class that is still there. And so he's in essence making this trip back and addressing an entirely new audience of individuals, knowing that there's only one person left in his graduating class. And so it's just he and Dr. Prasad. Anyway, I look back and I find myself just getting emotional as to the significance of where we are at and why we have Dr. Prasad, his journey of purpose, his passion. And I'd like to, and just kind of setting the stage, share a video with you I found on YouTube several years ago. It's by an organization called the Journey of Purpose. And I know we're taking a little different approach to our testimonial call today, but understand as we come back to this, and I share Dr. Prasad with you, and then we share these testimonies. It's going to set that stage. It's going to set the foundation, and it fits with where my heart is going today, and that is just extremely full of gratitude to be on this journey with Dr. Prasad, helping him fulfill his mission. And so, if I may, I'm going to just share this quick little video once again. It was put together by a group called the Journey of Purpose, and it's going to set the stage for the rest of today's episode as we are talking about the significance of these products. So here we go, and I'll be right back with you to share Dr. Kedar Prasad. But be thinking about Dr. Prasad, where he's at, what he's doing right now while we're watching this video together.
Everything around us that we call life was made up by people that are no smarter than you. So build a life. Don't live one, build one. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. You have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future, because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference. It is going to get hard and you're going to want to quit sometimes, but it'll be colored by who you are and more who you want to be. I definitely found that wanting to be an actor stems from wanting to be somebody. The hardest thing to listen to, your instincts, your human personal intuition, always whispers, it never shouts. Very hard to hear. So you have to, every day of your lives, be ready to hear what whispers in your ear. It very rarely shouts. And if you can listen to the whisper and it's something you think you want to do for the rest of your life, then that is going to be what you do for the rest of your life. And we will benefit from everything you do. As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. And you will need to find your passion. Find your passion and follow it. Don't give up on finding it. As you are responsible for your life. And if you're sitting around waiting on somebody to save you, to fix you, to even help you, you are wasting your time, because only you have the power to take responsibility to move your life forward. And the sooner you get that, the sooner your life gets into gear. What matters is now, this moment, and your willingness to see this moment for what it is, accept it, forgive the past, take responsibility, and move forward. So when I think of what's the meaning of art, people ask that question on the assumption that meaning is something unique.
And then I found it. And it doesn't consider the possibility that maybe meaning in life is something that you create, you manufacture for yourself and for others.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? How would you really enjoy spending your life?
So I share that just this Sunday afternoon with a heart that is just full of joy. Again, as I said, I've been emotional multiple times throughout the day. Just little things will hit me, and I just look around at how beautiful our surroundings are, how fortunate we are to have a knowledge and understanding, and to truly be on this journey with somebody so incredible. Just before Dr. Prasad left for India, he called me, and the call was to do nothing other than to say, Jeff, I'm going to be gone for a little bit. And his joy of being able to go back to his homeland with his sister was so exciting for him. But he reached out just to connect with others and say, I'm going to be gone for a little while. There's going to come a time when we may not have Dr. Prasad. We may not be able to lean on him. We may not be able to just pick up the phone, do a Zoom, and to have him here lending credibility to this journey that we are all on. And so I want to share with you just a little excerpt out of our 5G video. It's available to all of you. Dr. Prasad had seen the full 8-minute long video, but a year or so ago, I played this edited version. I just took out the center section. And he says, Jeff, could I get a copy of that? I would like to send it to my sister. She would appreciate it. And you know how family always just says, in fact, he even said to me, he says, Jeff, she just looks at me as her older brother, Kadar. And so when he saw what I'm going to share with you next, it caused him to reach out and say, can I send a copy of this to my sister? Can you get it to me? And so just understanding what we just saw, the journey of purpose. Imagine it's Dr. Prasad watching this piece about Dr. Prasad, where he's actually addressing the camera. He's sharing his passion with us. And in 4 minutes, we get an opportunity to really understand the psyche of the man and this journey of purpose that he is on. So let me share this with you, understanding that right now, as we are having this conversation, Dr. Prasad is with his younger sister, and they are traveling and enjoying some time there in India. So here we are. I'll be right back with you.
In 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Japan, demonstrating the horrors of radiation damage. The world was changed forever. But from the ashes grew a consciousness that touched a young boy in India named Kadar Prasad.
Born in 1935, and in a way in a small village under British occupation, because at that time British was ruling India. When I was in India, I saw at that time there was a Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing, and a lot of people got killed. So I thought that I should develop some product which can save people from radiation damage. So I decided to study radiation biology and came to the United States, University of Iowa City, to study that. And that was the only program in the whole world on radiation program and in PhD. And I finished in 3 years.
Dr. Prasad went on to become the world's first radiation biologist and one of the world's most published professors and researchers on nutrition and human health. The determination and volume of work from this remarkable man set the stage for what was to come next. In 2001, Marine Corps Systems Command approached Dr. Prasad with a problem. Active troops were 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease. Working with the Department of Defense, NASA, and a team of independent scientists and researchers, Dr. Prasad led the charge to create a powerful supplement to protect the soldiers from the inside out. After 6 years of intense effort, with congressional funding and over $24 million invested, and after 14 clinical trials, a powerful new supplement called Military Micronutrient Formulation, or MMF, was ready for the world.
So this is a powerful product that we have developed, which not only improves the health of the people, but also protect against the radiation damage, UV damage, and also environmental stressor that we already face. So this is a powerful product that we developed, and it took a long time to develop.
As the world's first radiation biology PhD recipient, who holds the only known patent for micronutrient protection from radiation, Dr. Prasad is uniquely qualified to develop an answer to the threat of 5G EMF radiation. It is his life work. Dr. Prasad has taken his original MMF formulation and enhanced it with 4 new ingredients to combat the effects of radiation. He also added methylated folic acid and vitamin B12 to enhance absorption and effectiveness. This new product is a patent-pending supplement called MicroDaily EMF Radiation Defense. It has all of the powerful benefits of the original U.S. military formulation that promotes our body's optimal immune system and anti-inflammation response. But in addition, it includes the added strength to defend and protect your body against the new threats of 5G EMF radiation. Our health is by far the biggest determining factor to our overall state of well-being. More than wealth, more than job satisfaction, our health is key to living a full life. Built upon the foundation of Dr. Prasad's scientific authority and his impeccable character, with years and volumes of research and clinical testing, this unique product is the answer to the dangers of the new world.
So imagine that you're Dr. Prasad and you just saw that 4-minute little video talking about something that you've created that is impacting the lives and the health of others. And so, I go back to that phone call earlier this last week where Dr. Prasad just called to say, I'm going to be gone for a little bit, and to just feel of his love and his passion and his excitement and enthusiasm has been amazing. And then to come into the last couple of days here where Jonathan Jones, the owner of this channel where you're at, he put together this Zoom, and on every Sunday he's here to help us all become further educated and understand the significance of these products. And the last couple of days, Jonathan has been putting up little video segments. I would encourage all of you to avail yourselves of those. He's done an extremely good job pulling them together, having these little videos about people's journey, their testimony, what these products, what Dr. Prasad's knowledge has done to change their lives. And I guess that's kind of what kind of set today rolling is. I was viewing one of those videos, and I made sure that, in fact, there had only been one other view by the time that I got it in my YouTube feed. And so I added a view to it, and I added a thumbs up, because these are individuals whose lives are being changed by these products. Again, we're not here to diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. What we're doing is just educating people that a nutritional approach to assist the body, as we talk about, and as Dr. Prasad has instructed us. These micronutrients, these formulas, these particular formulations are designed to support the body, and what we are doing is looking for the body's response. We're not trying to force a reaction. We're trying to support a response. And so as we talk about the testimonies, and that's what it is, today's program is entitled Your Stories. Bring your stories. Everyone has a story. And I'd like to go. Many of you have heard the story of my father and the success that he has realized. We talk often about our grandson Isaiah and what he experienced back when he was 9 years old, 10 years ago. And I thought today it would be very fitting as we set up the opportunity for many of you that are here today to come forward and share your stories. I'd like to start out with our oldest daughter, Michelle. Our oldest daughter, Michelle, was just here with us in Wyoming a couple of weeks ago. She had just returned from a trip to India where she completed her Ayurvedic medicine training and certification. Who's to say that 10 years ago when she met Dr. Prasad and saw how much these products affected her son, who's to say that being around Dr. Prasad and setting that journey, being in the journey with us as her parents, and she being a parent of our grandson Isaiah, the success that was there, who's to say that now 10 years later, being trained in Ayurvedic medicine, spending time in India herself, if that wasn't all set in motion. So we don't know who we're going to affect or how we're going to affect them. But I'd like to just share with all of you our oldest daughter, Michelle, as she talks about what these products have done for her and what she at that point knew about Dr. Prasad. So here we go.
My name is Michelle Taylor, and I wanted to tell the story about my son, Isaiah, who, when he started with the Micro Daily, really had an amazing experience with it. Within 3 days, he had a total change of attitude, a whole change of demeanor. He's never had an issue where I had to come to the school and be present or shadow him since he's been taking the Micro Daily, which is pretty amazing. This took someone's lifetime of work. Dr. Prasad's lifetime work has gone into this. I mean, Dr. Prasad has written over 25 books in the areas of cancer and nutrition. Dr. Prasad is also the world's first radiation biologist. Micro Daily has 7 US patents. 3 of them are in the formulation, and 4 of the patents are human functional patents, which is how the formula works in the human body. It's so right on target. I'm going to take Micro Daily. I'm going to take Brain Boost. It's easy for me to recommend because it's my go-to. If I heard of another parent that had this similar struggles, I would recommend that you have nothing to lose by trying it. There's 100% money back guarantee. There's no risk involved. You're only giving yourself nutrition. There's no harmful side effects. There's no cons. There's no cons. And what you see might be really surprising and might literally change your life.
Literally change your life. Our daughter saw that, and her life has truly been changed. And I just want to share, Michelle, with you and that journey that she was on with our grandson Isaiah. I noticed here in the chat that Carol asked where to find Jonathan Jones's videos. I have just posted there in the chat the link to the video that I saw earlier today, where I was the second person to view it, talking about it's Miss Iris. We have had the opportunity to meet Iris in Albany, Georgia. We spent some time in her shop. She is a beautician, and the passion that she has. What she is doing out there in the cancer community has been amazing. And so I think that would be a good place for any of you to start. That way you could click on that link. You'd be on Jonathan Jones's channel. You could go in and see a lot of the other videos that he has posted there. I'm grateful for Jonathan and his willingness to do that as a leader here with Engage, to provide that type of a platform where we can share these things, and like we are today, giving him a break, and also talking about these incredible testimonies that you all have. And so this is where, if any of you are ready, I'd love to see your hands come up, your microphones open. We'll give you the stage to talk about your experiences with these products. And I've already shared from the heart today how I've been moved. I feel like that we're all on this journey of purpose. Dr. Prasad's vision, David Nemelka's vision are so big that it can include all of us. And so people like Carol Bryan, who we're going to hear from today, she's got incredible experiences. We've heard from some of them. Many of the rest of you also have these experiences. And please come forward today. We've only got a half an hour left to go through these. So Carol, you are first. I will pull you up here onto the screen with me. Thanks again for your question in the chat. I'm glad I was able to grab that link so that everybody could benefit from not just Iris's story, but many others. So Carol, go ahead and share with our audience today what you have been moved to share. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. I have two short testimonies. The first one was after my pregnancy with my first child. I only weighed 118 pounds and he was weighing 9 pounds 1 ounce. I split my rectus muscle. I had nerve damage. So there were times when I got up to walk, my left leg would collapse. And I would be in a lot of pain. And I had a lot of swelling in my ankles. Well, the nerve damage and the rectus muscle went eventually. But for the past 44 years, I've had swelling in my ankles, sometimes as high as 90. The doctor says that in the mornings, if it's gone down, I'm fine, don't worry about it. So what I used to do every morning, I would just put my fingers around my ankle to see, if it had gone down a bit or if it was still swollen. And for the first time last week, when I put my fingers just to measure, they could touch. I had never, ever been able to do that for the last 44 years. I was able to get them to touch when I tried to, do the measurement to my ankles. So I know that, that has gone as well after all this time. The other thing that happened was up to about 2 years ago, I could easily run upstairs. Now I'm 74. But I could run up the stairs and I'd be fine. And then gradually I started to slow down till I reached a stage where I had to put 2 feet, put 1 foot, then put the other one up. And I'd be holding on to the railings to kind of help pull myself up. About 3 days ago, I was going upstairs and I saw my grandson looking at me. And then I realized I was going 1 foot at a time. I wasn't struggling anymore. I was just normal, gone back to square one. And that is my second testimony. I'm right back to normal, going up the stairs. I haven't tried running yet, but sure.
It's in your future, Carol. Now, for the benefit of those that are just hearing this for the first time, how long have you been taking the MicroDaily products, and what is it that you are taking that has made such an impact in your life?
I started with the basic bundle, the MicroDaily and the probiotics. And then the next month, this was in July, the next month I added Eye Boost and Brain Boost. And when the Heart Boost came out, I was able to get 2 bottles. So I've been taking that as well, along with the others.
Wow. So you're saying in roughly 4 months, so just a little over 90 days, you've had quite a life-changing experience. Would you recommend to others that they at least make that 90, maybe 120-day commitment so that they can do stairs like you're doing and have the swelling in your ankle go down?
I think they should just continue it forever. Don't limit yourself.
I know we will be. Thank you so much, Carol, for coming on, and tell us where you're from. You've got that nice fun background there with Zoom, but tell us where home is for you.
Jamaica.
Awesome. It's just others would like to know that, and you know, these products even work in Jamaica. So thanks again, Carol, for being here with us. All right. Okay, we have Belinda next, and then Monica that both have their hands up. So, Belinda, are you at a point where you can turn your camera on, or would you like to just visit with us here? Go ahead.
No, I can't turn my camera on right now.
Okay.
But I did want to give my testimony. I really thank God for this company, Dr. Prasad, Dr. Picola, Miss Corley, and others. Is just so phenomenal, and of course, Mr. Jonathan Jones. But I started on this micro daily journey with a friend. Think right now they still take the products, but they're not a real active member in this community. But I started on it. I was having toothaches. I had gotten it. You know how most people get it, especially if they don't have a dire need for it. They'll take it here, they'll take it there. And I was having toothaches, and I was like, oh my God, it was like I was taking 1 to 2 200 milligram Motrins every 2 to 3 hours. And I was like, Lord, I know this is going to mess up my body, my liver and my kidneys, So I was like, Lord, I need some help. So I was taking a micro daily and trying to take it, at least twice a day, because other than that, I don't have any health issues. So it was like one day I was like, okay, my tooth isn't aching. I was like, okay. I was like, well, what did I do differently? I said, the only thing was the micro daily. I was like, oh my goodness. So I keep taking it. And now I don't, as far as for pain, if we take the micro daily like we're supposed to, a lot of people would not be in pain, or I know a lot of pain or whatever, and since then I have not had to take any Motrin, any Tylenol, any Excedrin. And to me, I was like, oh my God, this is truly phenomenal. I have natural, vitamins and minerals going in my body versus, all this synthetic medications and stuff that are going to make my body end up worse. So, I just really thank God for Dr. Prasad and Engage Global and Micro Daily.
Well, thank you, Belinda. That's amazing to come forward and share that testimony, and it's great to have you out, an active member here with our Engage family. We call each other micro daily siblings here. So thank you for sharing with us. Monica, you are next, and then I'm going to address Elaine's question about is this good for diabetics? So Monica, go ahead. You are next. And then after that, we'll do, go ahead.
Yes, Jeff, I have made comments before, twice. Last week,
Yes.
I made a comment about a wound. As I said, I'm 12 years cancer-free. I had no problem. I had problems with radiation and chemo. Right now, I'm suffering from the radiation effects. That is, I lost a rib, I got a fractured rib from the radiation. And that was only removed like 2 years ago, and I'm left now with a wound. And I became very, very ill because of a bacterial infection. Now, my niece who lives in New York, and by the way, I am living in Guyana, and my niece who lives in the United States She told me that she had something that could help me with the pain, severe pain. Jeff, I prayed day and night to die because of the pains. But anyhow, she sent me that, she told me about the Micro Daily, and I started using the military supplement. And then I went on to the probiotics and the hydro EMF. And 3 days after using the hydro EMF, I discovered that that severe pain that I had in the womb just went away. Jeff, it was amazing. Now, my body is selling the product because when people see me, they knew I was next to death. And they wanted to know what I'm using. I'm glowing. I'm gaining weight. I'm looking so good. I have so much energy. Jeff, I have gotten so many orders in Guyana. I want y'all to come to Guyana because what my friend is doing now for me, I ordered the last time I had 6 orders. And then I have more orders to send down to my friend in New York. But she has a subscription. I asked her to find out from you how she can be an affiliate. But that is not it. Even the doctors, the wound started to heal after using the Micro Daily. Now I'm on the 4 core. You see? But
Yes.
the energy is so much. Every day I'm on the street, people want to know, what am I doing on the street? Take it easy. The medicine can give you energy. But you got to, Jeff, I feel great. Thanks be to Jehovah. But I want people to know it's working and it's selling. I am, because they see me, they know that it's something I'm using, causing me to look like this, and they want it too. So I want y'all to get the product to Guyana. So I just want everybody to know. I know I have friends and families who is on the program this afternoon because I've invited a lot of people to come on. Yeah, diabetes, osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, high blood pressure, heart problems, you name it. But I feel so good because when they tell me how I look, I feel good from where I was. One day I'm going to show him a picture when I was that ill and what I am now. So I just want everyone to know how it is working.
Thank you, Miss Monica. Oh my goodness. Can we all just kind of give her a round of applause there? Coraline, one of our leaders, has posted that in the chat. That is amazing. And we all look forward to seeing your picture, and we will share with everybody that picture, and you can help us sell our friends with your picture because you're now on, like you said, just on easy street, just taking it out there, letting people see the difference. And that is amazing. Thanks for sharing. We all felt your heart as you shared that, the smile in your voice, the differences that you are experiencing in your life. That was utterly amazing. Thank you so much. So I did need to go, as I said, to the chat, and there was a question about, is this good for diabetics? I'm going to go right to the science booklet that Dr. Prasad helped us put together. I'm going to go right to the page in it. And so let me make sure that I'm spotlighted here. And then we will go to the new science booklet. And I want to just go right here to the patents. And Elaine, if you can look right in the center of this page, I know it's going to be really small on your screen, but if you can see that center column, it says supporting U.S. patent 7605145, dated October 20th of 2009. And so what we're looking at, it's October 27th of 2024. You can go back and do the math on that. But Dr. Prasad, whose name is at the top of that patent, was given this patent. And I'm going to read the title of it. It says Micronutrient Formulations for Treatment of Diabetes Mellitus. That is diabetes type 2. And so there was enough data, enough information, enough examples, enough trials. All of these things were submitted to the U.S. Patent Office. And back in October 20th of 2009, the Micro Daily formulation was granted a patent under Dr. Prasad's application for the treatment of diabetes. So you can just rest assured that there is a fantastic option for you. We can't use this patent as a marketing ploy, so you're not going to see anything other than just the patent and some basic information that is there. But I encourage you to take down that number and do a Google patent search. You can pull up the actual patent, and you can read all of the research data, all of the submissions for that. So patent number 7605145. And if you were to do that, it's going to be a wealth of information to help you further grasp and understand what Dr. Prasad has created for us, and that is a nutritional support to balancing our bodies. So, Horace and Bev, you're next. You've got your hand up, and then we're going to answer a couple of the questions that are also in the chat. So, Horace, love to have you come up here. I will add you to the spotlight. You'll need to unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
How's everybody? Good. I have at least two things I want to say. I want to say that when I first started on the product, I was using Dr. Prasad's, not the Core 4, but the other one before the Core 4. And I had neuropathy real bad. I had the swelling of the ankles. I had lymphedema real bad. And I've been on the product now, been taking the Core 4 product now a little over a year. And I don't have a problem with the swelling of the ankles nor the neuropathy anymore. I used to occasionally look at it and I would see swelling, but lately I have not seen any swelling at all. And I used to, when I was playing football in high school, I messed up my left knee, and I always favored that knee when I went up and down steps. Well, today I don't favor that anymore. I walk up the steps sometime and I surprised myself. I said, wow, I didn't feel any pain. So I don't feel any pain anymore. The next thing I know, when I had the pacemaker put in, I was thinking about the pain that I was going to have from the operation. Jeff, I did not have any pain whatsoever. I had a lot of itching, but I did not have any pain. So I love my Dr. Prasad's products. They are really great. And if we can get people to take these products, they will help quite a number of people. The other one is a preferred customer called me this morning. He's been on the products, he and his wife, for 2 weeks. And he had no energy. He couldn't work. He said all he wanted to do is just sit around and do absolutely nothing. He called me this morning and said, I have so much energy. And he said, I feel more like a 60-year-old man than I have in a number of years. He said, I really appreciate you introducing me to these products. And the reason that he called, he said that he went to the drugstore and he said he told one of the physicians there about his condition, no energy and everything, and they wanted to give him medicine for hemoglobin, to give him energy and everything. So when he called to ask me, should he take that? So I asked him, I said, when you called, you told me what? That you hadn't felt like a 60-year-old man in years, but you feel really great now. I said, so did the doctor prescribe that product that you bought over the counter? He said, no. I said, when we first talked, I said, I told you one thing, do not mix over-the-counter products with the Micro Daily product. I say, if the doctor suggested it or told you to take it, then you take it an hour before or an hour after you take the Micro Daily products. So the products are really helping people. It is our testimony that mostly get customers, and they look at me and my age and everything, and they tell me how good I look at my age. I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for Micro Daily products. That's my testimony.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Horace. And wow, what some incredible testimonies we have heard. And it's just like, it's like you begin another lease on life. You know, it's like we're not supposed to be sick and tired. We're supposed to be. You're an incredible example of that. So thank you for being here. Not just every Sunday, but for all the meetings that Jonathan does, and then adding your insights, your understandings to just further this education for everybody. Thanks again, Horace.
You're welcome.
All righty. Wow, what an amazing micro daily family we have here. These brothers and sisters coming forward and sharing their passion. I'm going to go to the chat to a question that was asked here. Anything on type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes it is benefited from balancing the body nutritionally as well. We knew a surgeon in the Dallas, Texas area that had type 1 diabetes. She actually had an insulin pump. And she described to us that even though it's not going to cure it, it's not going to bring those organs back online. Her body was able to utilize the insulin at a much greater rate, I guess, meaning that she didn't need as much insulin, and that was demonstrated. In fact, she brought a printout to one of the meetings showing what her usage of the insulin pump was before microdaily and the insulin usage after microdaily. And nothing other than a change nutritionally that allowed her body to better utilize what was coming through the device. So really pretty amazing. I've also got another one here. This looks like Heather, a 3-year-old child who is not eating, and I appreciate those that are answering her questions in the chat as well. That's what we do for each other. What I'm going to do is send to you. Thank you, Carol, for addressing that. But I'm going to send to you a replay of the video from last Tuesday evening. Just this last week, we had a couple of doctors on there, the Cormier brothers, talking about the significance of probiotic. And you referenced the probiotic in your question. Yes, absolutely. Children can use the probiotics. In fact, Dr. Prasad talks about one of the probiotics in there is actually been prescribed by doctors to infants, brand new newborns that need to have their system jump started. And so it's going to make a big difference, but that link is there for everyone to go back and check out the incredible connection that there is between our gut, the probiotics, the prebiotics that are there. That prebiotic, those fibers that Dr. Prasad actually discovered that create butyric acid in our lower intestines, and that the significance of that butyric acid being an anti-cancer agent. So it's there. Dr. Prasad's discoveries. The discovery of vitamin E succinate is included in the microdaily EMF. And to answer your question, to further answer your question, if this child could even just take sips of the microdaily EMF Hydro, we have pictures of our grandson Aiden at just about 15, 16 months old when he was no longer being breastfed. We have pictures of his bottle being mixed up with the microdaily Hydro, and the significant difference it made in his life, because soon after birth, because of immunizations that were inflicted upon his body at that point, he developed autistic tendencies. And so it was really important, being that young, to make sure that he was getting the proper nutrition. And that young man, Aiden, is almost 9 years old today, and what an incredibly gifted young man he is. Cannot believe that he suffered as he did there soon after birth. You wouldn't recognize that was the same individual, because he's been on these products for his life. And so anyway, everybody take advantage of the video, the link that is there talking about the probiotics. the two doctors. It's just an amazing opportunity. And oh my goodness, one of my co-hosts is here, the gentleman who seated and greeted all of us, Mr. Bernard Dean, is here, and I'm going to just pull you up here onto the stage with me, brother. And I'll let you unmute yourself and put a bow on what we've done today.
Well, Jeff, first of all, can you hear me clearly? I'm on the outside. You may hear jets and everything else going on the board, but we do have a number of new people that's here on the call today. And I got an update. You may remember Charlie Rayford. He actually took Micro Daily over to Ecuador. And one of the outstanding stories, and some of you have been on for a while, know that back in March, he had a unique situation took place, a person that actually had cancer. And this person, when Charlie took the Micro Daily probiotic over to Ecuador, Cuenca, Ecuador, he called me up and he says, look, he said, I just got a call from someone that got melanoma cancer. Said she's laying in the bed with a hole in her foot. And she's crying every day because she can't walk. She can't do anything. She has a passion. She has a passion for, in her case, she had a ministry that she does that she couldn't do anything for a few months. So Charlie said, Bernard, do you think Micro Daily will help her out? I said, Charlie, well, what did you bring over there? Because Charlie took about $2,000 worth of Micro Daily and probiotics over there. I said, well, what do you have over there? He says, well, I have the EMF, the original, and the probiotic. So I told Charlie, I said, well, Charlie, he says, look, man, he's some good people. He said, and if anything would help right now, she's a part of the cancer center, but nothing is helping her out. So I told her, I said, go ahead and use your Micro Daily you have over there. He had an EMF, which is the hydro, and then he had the original and the probiotic. So he started giving this guy called up. He sent him a video about it, but he called up and he said, do you think this would help my wife out? And he said, I don't know. He said, but he said, it seemed to be helping a lot of people, especially since the military time. People with cancer are saying they're getting some incredible results. So he said, why don't you just try it? So he started giving it to his wife. And in about 3 weeks, Charlie called up. He says, Bernard, her husband just called me and said, I think the hole on her foot is shrinking. And I said, yeah, I said, maybe just imagine that. He said, well, he said he thinks it's getting smaller. So then he calls me up 2 weeks later. He says, Bernard, he said, her husband called and the hole is disappearing. I'm telling you. And I said, well, how do you know? He said, I have pictures. I said, well, send me the pictures. So he sent me the pictures and I saw, the hole looked it was just atrocious. I've been a paramedic for 30 years and I haven't seen a hole like that in the foot based on cancer. So then I said, well, just keep it going, Charlie, because all it was taking was like 2 original Micro Daily along with EMF and a probiotic 3 times a day. That's all that she was doing. Then he calls me up a couple of weeks later. He says, Bernard, he said, you're not going to believe this. So he calls. And then he calls and then he says, he said, it's definitely shrinking. And when he sent me the picture, that hole that was like this had grown to a little small hole. And I said, Charlie, that's amazing. And then he called me up a couple of weeks later, Jeff. He said, Bernard, he said, you're not going to believe this. He said, the hole has totally disappeared. Now, keep in mind that the doctor told her that melanoma cancer is very, very aggressive. And once it get into your blood, he said, you have to cut that foot off. He said they recommended her cutting her foot off in order to stop it from becoming a fatal event. So he says that she called up and he said she went to the cancer center and they were so shocked when they saw it. They said, what did you do? And they started examining it and they said, the cancer is not detectable anymore on your foot. What did you do? So I told Charlie, I said, Charlie, you know that's hard to believe, right? He said, yeah. He said, I know that. That's why I got the paperwork to send to you. And he sent the paperwork. And the cancer center says, we don't know what she did, but the melanoma cancer on her foot has basically disappeared. So He says, but let me tell you something else that's crazy. I said, what's that? He says, she's out walking around now. She stopped crying. She doesn't have pain. And it is absolutely incredible. And now he came back to the United States about 3 weeks ago. He gave me an update. He said her life has returned back to normal. She's doing wonderful. And the doctor that was supposed to cut her foot off was mad because he thought he had additional paycheck over there. And now, and so he got kind of upset about it. But the cancer center is now asking her what happened, and he's getting a chance to share. Since then, by the way, Micro Daily, Probiotic, and Omega-3. And now, of course, the Heart Boost is just getting ready to go over there. But it is slamming it over in Ecuador. And I say that to everybody because there's a lot of cancer cases that they're saying whether it's work or not. Give it 90 days. Not saying it'll work or it won't, because it's anecdotal. It may work, may not. But when you don't have hope, something like this is amazing. So don't underestimate giving someone hope by giving them something that's natural with Dr. Prasad that actually works. I know I took a long time, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Oh. Bernard, that was amazing. And it came right down to it. I'm glad that bow that you put on the top of today's episode included that word hope, because that's truly where it all begins. Just give somebody that hope that from a natural standpoint, we can actually support the body and look for the body's response. So really amazing. It's good to hear the update on Charlie and what he's doing to help others. Grateful that I had a chance to meet him and actually break bread with him there that evening in Atlanta. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for that. Thanks everybody for being here. Bernard is an incredible individual. In fact, look at next month's calendar when it comes out, the calendar of November, and you're going to see an opportunity for us all to benefit from Mr. Bernard Dean and his leadership here on this call. I'm going to quickly go to the meeting chat as we are just rounding up. Carol, we should have warned everybody about the graphic nature of the post that you made, but as a case in point to what Bernard was sharing, the tremendous benefits of wound healing. Again, we cannot say cure, heal, diagnose, treat, but all we're doing is we're supporting the body nutritionally, and you can see that as a graphic example there. And this young man's name, who had the difficulties there with his big toe, that response from his body occurred over just 1 week's worth of time. His name is Charles, and he was super excited to be able to share those pictures with us because they were threatening to take off much more than his toe because of a similar issue like that Bernard had referenced. Here, we've got Heather asking about a clot in the lungs. And again, we're not here to cure, heal, diagnose, treat any disease or injury. But I would recommend the Microdaily EMF. Absolutely. Hydrofarm would be amazing. The probiotics, because it is so significant. And then when it comes to circulation issues, particularly as it involves very small aspects of our body's circulation when you're down into the capillaries, which is the way that a lot of lung tissue exchanges the hemoglobin, the oxygen there in that environment, the omegas would be an amazing addition to that. And I would for at least 3 to 5 days, I would double dose on the omegas. So 2 omegas in the morning, 2 omegas in the evening to help with circulation issues. So hopefully that answers your question. We can say try it. Love that, Carolyn Williams answering Bernard. Can children drink the collagen is what I'm guessing that's there. Dr. Prasad says that children's bodies are fairly healthy and that collagen is not started to break down. They're in growing moods. There is nothing there that could be toxic in any way for them. So I'm certainly sure that they could without any negative side effects. That's the way Dr. Prasad has created all his products. But I would say you'd be better off addressing children's needs through the Microdaily EMF in a hydro version or the gummies, and then believe it or not, probiotics, because their guts are also like our own. When they're carrying around the cell phones, it is also disrupting the bacteria that is in the guts, and these little kids or teenagers, anybody just can't get away from the Wi-Fi and from the cellular signals and the environments that we're in. And we really need to make sure that those microorganisms are being dealt with. And so the way we deal with them is just add more of the best ones. So Elizabeth, your hand is up. We're about 3 minutes over. I don't know if you have a question or you want to share your testimony, but let's end with you. I'll pull you up here on the screen. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I just wanted to say, in response to one of the questions about a blood clot in the lung, I did have a PC, a customer with their situation. The blood clot was encapsulated in a calcium deposit, and she'd been receiving blood thinners for a long, long time. Nothing helped, but she did start taking the basic bundle, and when she went back to her cardiologist, he had good news. There was no blood clot. And he'd never heard of that happening, that there was a clot encapsulated with calcium. So it was two things that she received benefit from.
No, absolutely fantastic. And thanks for coming on and sharing that, because yes, when our body is given the nutritive support that it needs, it will go in and take care of some of those issues. And I'm sure the body wrapped the calcium around there as a protectant. And as soon as it felt like it could deal with it, it had the nutrition there. It says, let's dissolve this. Let's take it out of the way. We're seeing that a lot in scar tissue. And we could have a whole episode here of people just talking about the significant change in the scars that are on not only the surface of their body, but in other aspects of their body, and where with that scar tissue being broken down, circulation into those areas is occurring, and great things are happening when the body is supported from a nutritional standpoint. Thank you, Elizabeth. All righty, you guys, that does it. Oh my goodness, where did our time go? Bernard says heart boost really help, absolutely, with the high blood pressure question there. Weight loss, we know that a lot of individuals are experiencing weight loss because for the first time their body is fully getting the nourishment that it needs, and once the nourishment is there, the cravings go down. Because the body says, we got this. And so also a lot of weight is inflammation, and inflammation, as it is reduced, again, circumference inches, if you go for measurements, that will also appear as weight loss, but it's more inches that are being shrunken because of inflammation that is being reduced. So there you go. Everybody, thanks again for being here. This has been just an absolute awesome hour. This time of the year, I encourage everybody, we've got 9 days until the election. Please vote, get out there, and let's keep our freedoms, and just involve yourself into the communities. It's an incredible option for us to mingle with others. I know Helen has been asked to be one of the election judges, one of the delegates that's there, handing out and making sure people get their forms in order to vote. It's our way of inserting ourselves into the community, letting people know the significance and how we feel about our freedom. So I encourage you. I know we still have next Sunday before that happens, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to just express my love for all of you, my passion for our freedoms, and particularly as it relates to those veterans who sacrificed for all of us to enjoy our freedoms. Make sure that you share this information with veterans because they get any of the Micro Daily products at half of wholesale. So they're buying it at half of what I can purchase it. So please get it out there for everybody. Faye, the oxygen really does great. Slip down our bloodstream. That's a real thing. Okay. Fantastic. I love how people are answering each other there in the chat. I'm just going to say good night, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Appreciate all the testimonies. That was amazing. All right.
Everyone, good night, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Night. Right. Great call. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.